Alrighty, we're going to wire two outlets together in a double gang box. And we're going to take a piece of 12-2 here, and we'll take our wires out of here. Here in the country I was born in, the black wire is live, the white wire is neutral, and the bare wire, the green wire, is the ground. Your black wire goes on that brass screw, which is the narrow slot over here. Your white wire goes on the silver screw, which is the wider slot over here. And the bare or green wire goes on this green screw, which is the U-shaped ground here. However, you may find white live in a switch loop on a 110, 120 volt circuit, or on a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. And also red and blue are also live colors. So if there's a red or a blue wire, it will go on this brass screw here, which is the narrow slot over here. So let's get these wires connected together before we go and hook them up into the box. So we'll close the two screws we're not going to be using. So we'll strip our black wire. Okay, this wire is going to strip nice and easy. Strip our white wire. So this will be our second outlet here. You make your hook the direction the screw turns. Close our loop the direction your screw turns here. So I get a nice connection like that. And you want to make sure you get a nice connection like that. You don't get your insulation pinched under the screw head. You want to make sure the copper is under the screw head all the way around. And we'll hook our ground wire up. connection like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to skin these wires here, and we're going to connect our outlets together. I can shorten this ground wire up, so we're not going to need that much in the box. So what we're going to do is we're going to score here, and we'll score about right here. Okay, so what we're going to do with these loops here is we're going to make our loop to go outlet to outlet. So we get our insulation even like this at the bottom. Same with the black. Okay, I have one a little bit longer here, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to slide that insulation up a little bit here. I'll pull here with my pliers, and I'll just pull that insulation up a little bit so it's even with the insulation like that. So now we'll put our black wire over here on our brass screw like this. We'll close our loop the direction our screw turns. And let's see if I make sure it's nice and tight, so we have a good connection like that there. Now we'll do our white wire over here on our silver screw. We always go the direction our screw turns with our loops, so we'll get the white over here. Make sure it's nice and tight. So we'll flip this outlet around. And we'll bring our ground wire over here. Put it around our green screw like this. How's it coming downstairs? Okay, we'll close our loop like this here. How's lasagna coming? Good.
Yeah, you already showed me that.
We'll close our loop like that.
Already showed me that.
Okay, so these wires here will be hooking up inside of our box.
I will be heading over in a few minutes.
Okay, so we have our outlets all connected here. Okay. Okay, so we have our 3 wires here. We'll do our ground down here. We'll get our black wire, which is the live. And here's our white, which is the neutral. So we'll get our insulation even at the top here. Twist them so they're even. Hey, they came out nice and even. So we'll put our wire nut on, make sure insulation goes up into the bottom of the wire nut. Okay, so we'll get our black wire hooked up here. Okay, so we get our wires even like that there, get our insulation even at the top, and our copper is going to be even at the bottom after we clip it. Get a nice even twist like that. We'll clip them so they're even. And we'll put our wire nut on. See, our copper's even at the bottom and our insulation's even at the top here. Stick our wire nut on here.
Woof woof, meow meow.
Make sure it's nice and tight.
Woof woof, meow meow.
Now we'll get our ground wires over here. And we'll cut off where it's uneven here, so we just have what's nice and evenly twisted together there to put in our wire nut. Make sure it's nice and tight. And now we can fold our wires into our box. So we'll fold our ground and our white. We'll just put our black back into our box like this. We'll get our whites. Get all our wires into our box here. Keep our ground wire down here at the bottom.
The fact that you're admitting that you fell away means you are still able to repent and come back.
gotta look for another screw here.
Are you trying to come back on your own terms?
And we'll put one down here. We'll finish it by hand so we don't strip our holes out. So I'm just going to push this white wire down so it stays.
Didn't realize it's 4 o'clock. I gotta go pick up those.
Okay, yep, go ahead and get them. Yep.
I'll leave you here and just watch.
Okay,
Make sure nothing burns.
all right. This one has the flathead screws. I'll push this other ground wire back there so it stays away from everything. Now I'll just check with my flashlight, make sure everything is all good to go. Make sure our ground wires are down away from everything. I'm going to just make sure this wire nut's not mashed against anything. That was not forced. So everything is all good and we are all set. Make sure this white wire is not pushed against anything. And we'll just stick our cover on here. It's a used cover. Our outlets are nice and tight, the way we want them. Now I'll plug our polarity tester in here. Two orange are lit, so that means it's hooked up properly, and our red is not lit. We'll check our other one. Two orange lit, the red's not lit, it's hooked up properly. And you can read the diagram on the chart. Alrighty, thanks for watching. That is how to wire a double gang outlet box here in the country I was born in. Peace. Thanks for watching. This is called a polarity tester. It verifies you have power and if the outlet is hooked up correctly. Peace. Thanks for watching.